Hi guys, and welcome back for our first content video of the Ready for Renewables web series. Before we start on the information, I would love for everyone to go to the lessons page of the website and print out the handout if you haven't already. So take a moment to pause and do that if you haven't. And once you have, I want everyone to fill out the first question and talk about and write down what you already know about renewable energy, or global warming, or climate change, or even just the environment. Anything to get your head in the right space for what we're about to talk about. So pause the video now and take a moment to do so. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the need for clean energy. In the modern world that we live in, we have a really big need for energy of some sort, and we rely on energy to keep us going in this changing world. In order to turn on the lights in our houses, we need energy. To keep our showers hot, we need energy. To turn on the stove to cook dinner, we need energy. To brush our teeth and get that water, we need energy. And the most common way that we do this is by burning fossil fuels, because that's an easy but dangerous way to harvest energy. And it's dangerous because burning fossil fuels can lead to the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is when we have an excess of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. When we burn fossil fuels, it releases this excess of these greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, and they get trapped, which leads to an increase in temperature and global warming. The practice is really destructive to the planet and the health of living things. So as a result, we have a need for clean energy. We need to look for other, cleaner sources of energy to help keep the Earth healthy. Non-renewable energy sources are fossil fuels, or fossil fuels are an example of them. And a pretty crazy number is that 85% of the world's energy comes from non-renewable fossil fuels. The definition of a non-renewable energy source is one that's going to run out at some point. It's not unlimited. And the most common type, as I've noted before, is fossil fuels. They're the leading type. There's coal, which is that top image on the screen, petroleum, or oil, which is the middle image, and natural gas, which is the bottom image. Non-renewable energy is used so often because it's cheap and produces a lot of power, but it's dangerous. There's a lot of negative impacts of non-renewable energy sources. The first is air pollution. When we burn fossil fuels, we release a lot of harmful things into the air, causing the quality to go down. There's also water pollution, which goes hand in hand with the possibility of oil spills. For petroleum in particular, a lot of times we get it from across the sea, and it's transported on these boats, and sometimes there's leaks. The leaks go into the water, and they can get into the feathers or into the throats of animals, causing them to not be able to breathe or swim. It can also coat the surface of the water, causing aquatic plants like algae to not have access to sunlight, causing them to die. Acid rain can also be caused by an excess of non-renewable sources, which is rain that has elevated hydrogen ions, basically meaning that it's more abrasive and harmful. Wildlife and habitat loss goes along with an increase in natural disasters, including tornadoes, hurricanes, thunderstorms, and earthquakes, leading to plants and animals losing their homes. Like I talked about a couple slides ago, the greenhouse effect and global warming can happen too. Finally, there's a lot of land pollution and waste generation, which happens when we have too much trash and causes our beautiful earth to be filled with trash and other bad substances. However, there is a solution, and that's clean energy sources, renewable energy sources, ones that are unlimited and won't run out. So you might be sitting there asking yourself, well, what type of clean energy sources are there? And there are many clean energy sources out there, including solar energy, wind, hydropower, geothermal energy, and biomass. And throughout this web series, we're going to explore all of them. So strap in, get ready, and I hope that you enjoy what you're about to learn. Thanks for listening today, and I hope to see you in the next one.